The Devil Within Satgat is a new 2.5D Metroidvania with light Souls-like inspirations that was released on consoles back in November 2024. Seeing as we just finished up 9 Souls, I figured this was a great time to check this out. But how did it stack up in the sea of Metroidvanias that already exist? Let's find out. The game takes place in the land of Joseon. An enormous spike tower called the Radiant Spire suddenly appears in the land, oozing pure white oil. This oil revitalizes the drying land of Joseon and leads to spectacular technological advancements. However, as what is typical in human nature, the Royal Court wanted more and began reckless research to further harness the power of the tower. In doing so, they end up summoning hellish demons to ravage the land. In the game, you play as Kim Rip, who is on a military mission to take down the Radiant Spire. Once he reaches the top of the tower, he's betrayed and left for dead. He awakens to find he has lost all of his memories and has been possessed by a demon. It's then your job throughout the game to reclaim your memories, save the land of Joseon, and harness the power of the demon within to eradicate all stand in the way. In terms of gameplay, that is one of the things that drew me in because it looked very flashy and there were lots of skill trees to invest in. This allows you to pull off some very nice looking combos and devastating attacks on your enemies. The game features perfect parrying and perfect dodging, campfires to save and level up, equipment upgrades, and various gear that give you an edge in combat. Ultimately, the style of the game gave me Neo and First Berserker Kazan vibes, just in that 2.5D format. One complaint I did have is that some of the best gear in the game is locked behind boss challenges. Essentially, after completing an area, you can challenge that same zone's boss again and get high tier rewards. Problem is, you have to do it 10 times, the last of the 3 of which need to be in hard mode. So it's kind of a lot to be grinding that boss like 10 times to get all the rewards from it. I feel like there could have been a much better system in place for getting said equipment. Exploration felt good, however, you're not really rewarded that well for doing so. There are lots of silver chests that you can open, but you can't open them until you kill some elite enemies. And then when you get those keys, most of the time the rewards from them are just factors, which is what's used to gain additional abilities in the skill trees. It seemed like the rewards from the silver chests were much better in the final zone of the game. One other complaint that I had was you can't pan the camera down to look at what's below you. This seriously annoyed me as I never knew what I was jumping into below me, whether it be an ambush or a pit of spikes. Since the game is a Metroidvania, I didn't have any performance issues on PS5. I'm honestly not sure if I ever heard of performance issues with this style of game before. They're normally pretty well optimized. In regards to replayability, I personally don't think there's much here. The most replaying that will be done is if you're trying to get those high tier rewards from the boss challenges. I got my platinum trophy without even trying in the Let's Play series, so that's why I don't think there's much replayability here. All in all, The Devil Within Satgat is a decent game if you need something to scratch that Metroidvania itch with a splash of Souls-like elements. I'd give it an 8 out of 10, but I feel like the game will soon be forgotten, vanish, and become a blur with a lot of the other Metroidvanias in the genre, unfortunately. That is going to do it for this one. I hope this helps you out in potentially making a purchase decision on the game. So hopefully you all enjoyed. Hopefully you do well. Stay tuned. More coming at you.